Tonight I'm going to make some homemade tomato basil soup. I'm going to start by cutting up 9 tomatoes, and I wash my tomatoes in a bowl with cold water and baking soda and just soak the tomatoes for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes and then rinse them really well. And then I'm going to chop them up and I'm going to put them on a cookie sheet with a whole head of garlic, and I'm going to drizzle some olive oil all over. And you want to make sure that you get plenty of olive oil, especially on the garlic, so that it doesn't burn. And then I'm going to sprinkle some salt and some pepper. And don't be shy with your seasonings, you need a lot of them. And then I'm going to sprinkle some dried thyme and dried basil on top. I would normally use fresh, but I don't have fresh thyme or basil, so I'm going to use dry. I'm going to put that in the oven at 375 for about 30 minutes, and then I'm going to chop up a half of a pretty large white onion, and then I'm going to saute the onions in olive oil until they get translucent. And then when the tomatoes and the garlic come out of the oven, I'm just going to spoon everything into the pan. And I do not peel my tomatoes. I leave the peel on them. I like them. Not everybody does, but I do. And then I'm going to squeeze the garlic out of the papers and pour the juice from the tomatoes into the pan. And then I'm going to add 4 cups of chicken stock or chicken broth, whatever you want to call it, into the pot. And I'm going to let this all simmer together for about 10 to 15 minutes. You just want to heat up the chicken broth. And then I'm going to use my immersion blender to blend this all up. If you don't have an immersion blender, use your blender. Do it in batches, but be very careful. It's very hot and you don't want it to explode. And then I'm going to add about a cup or so of heavy cream, and I'm going to give it a stir. You can add more or less, whatever you like. And then you want to add some more seasonings. So I'm going to add some more salt, some more pepper, and some more of my thyme and basil. I did taste it though before I started adding in more seasonings, and it needed it. So I'm going to add those in and give that a good stir. And then I got these cute little green ramekin dishes. I actually got them at Joann Fabric when they were clearancing everything out when they announced their closing, and I have 6 of them and they're so cute. They actually have lids. And then I'm going to put some Parmesan cheese on the top and let it melt a little bit before I give it a bite. And this is so delicious. Happy fall. Enjoy.